what was your reason for asking me of why would something be returned? Did you return a manga or something?
Well, so here's the thing. I was about to go into that, but
Oh, okay.
you can get started with that right here first.
Okay.
It's, endless trial, score 15,000 points. They say within 30 seconds.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's like faster speed as well. Do you see that?
Yeah.
But so the reason I was talking about this was because I reviewed this for I'm holding up the book in my hands, folks. Bomba for UK Anime Network. And it was an interesting read. I really liked the artwork. I thought the story was cool. Wasn't too gung-ho about the ending, the way they concluded it. But yeah, overall, it was pretty cool. And
Yeah, that was...
yeah, so you're probably going to need to try to chain things here.
Yeah. Chin, then a fortune. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, bitch, I got.
So, there was a lot, and, you know, presentation-wise, a lot of it's okay. But there's one aspect of it that I do object to, and I think I might know why they did it, but I also have a problem with how they implemented it. So, you know what, actually, well, since it's only 15 seconds, I'll wait to show you this until...
Till I clearly die here. Don't know what I'm doing. I just know I'm not getting this, so.
So, what you need to do is you need to try to get chains here, Kathlynn.
Yeah, I know. We'll just...
Let me show you this first.
stare... Yeah, show me this first, yeah.
So, fine book, except take a look at this.
Oh, sorry.
So this is the sides of the pages.
It's very uneven.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, if it was everywhere, I would take it that it was on purpose. And it, like, for style choice.
I would have taken it as the opposite. If it was everywhere, I would have thought it was a pure accident.
It feels like someone it's like the machine ripped it badly.
But here's the thing. So it doesn't interfere with any of the artwork inside.
I kind of like it, though.
And you like it?
Kind of. In a weird way.
Okay. Well, I can talk about a bit more as you go on with this. So when I first got this, I thought something was wrong.
It's actually not wrong. It's actually on purpose?
So I tweeted it out. Everyone's copy is like this. Now, I don't know if Kodansha themselves ever actually announced why it was like this. But it was like everyone's copy was like this. It wasn't mine specifically. If I'd reordered it, it would be the exact same thing. Now, this is a story about hatred and vengeance. And so I wonder if the frayed edges is meant to be like an artistic thing.
I thought it was artistic, honestly. It kind of, yeah.
But it's just a case of, like, if most people pick this up, they would think there's something wrong with it.
Oh, probably.
Like, even I was thrown off when I first got it. I thought there was something wrong with my copy.
Of course you did.
So it was a case that I was just
I'm totally.
So are you actually trying to get changed?
This is what confused me. Which change kind of confused me in Puyo. Puyo kind of confuses me more.
Okay. Tell you what, try it a couple of more times. If you're still struggling, we can rewatch some of the Puyo lessons. Would that help?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to see, it's the stairs thing. I'm trying to figure it out again. I know I need things to, like, drop. So they all, like, hit. So, like, if I do that, that's a chain. That's a chain.
That was a 2 chain.
That was a 2 chain.
Actually, you got really close with that 2 chain. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh!
Never mind, I got it.
Now, I suspect, 1 star.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
Okay, well, at least... So trying to do chains is good.
Oh, it's the posh bitch.
I thought the posh one was the blue-haired one.
Oh, it's not. Oh, this is other kind of snobby one. I don't know.
This is the pink-haired one I was talking to you about before. Remember?
I know. I like the posh bitch, this girl, and the goth girl.
Yeah.
Oh, because she's kind of eerie.
So... that's just the thing. It's like, it's... okay, there's something they say about cinematography, and I want to really get this, Kathlynn. So,
yes.
Have you ever heard of what's called a Dutch angle? So in movies, it's where... You've probably seen it because you've watched a lot of movies, right? So it's where the camera is, like, at an angle.
Okay.
So like, I mean, it'd be a very good example in a lot of like horror movies because it's meant to create unease. But
take you out of the picture.
oh god, you never saw that movie. It's like seen as one of the worst movies of all time, Battlefield Earth.
No.
Okay, because that apparently was criticized for its like insane amount of use of Dutch angles. Like everything was a Dutch angle.
Maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they wanted it to be that way.
Yeah, but still. So the point anyway about the Dutch angles, why I'm bringing Dutch angles up, is so it's camera tilt at the side like this.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're looking at things and it's like at an angle, But they say that when you're doing something like a Dutch angle,
beat opponent. Okay, yeah, go on. Oh, it's a swap as well.
you have to lean into it. So what they mean by that is you must make sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that people don't think you just simply made a mistake. You know what I mean? Because if the camera was slightly tilted, people would look at it and think, oh, that person just made a mistake of angling the shot. When in reality, it was intentional. But they couldn't tell, you know? You get it, or?
Yeah, I just want, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, no, I wanted to make sure I saved my long one.
So, the point anyway I make about this with Bomba is that if they were going to do it like this, they needed to lean so hard into it that no one could mistake it for being an actual mistake. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so close to the 3 chain there.
Yeah, I know.
If that blue is just 1 over. But, yeah, and I don't know how they would have done that. How would you make it so obvious with this style that it isn't a mistake? Yeah, you don't have a great choice there, do you? But
No, I did not. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. You can put it. Oh, okay.
There, I still got Tetris.
But the thing is, it's like if this is intentional, which for all intents and purposes it seems that it's
It
intentional.
must be. If everyone's copies like that, I would take it as intentional.
Then it's just a case that like they needed to do something more to make sure that people knew this was like.
They probably should have told you.
Told is one way to put it, but
Not well, I guess not told, but like
I'm not sure how they would have made it exaggerated it enough to like
well, like it could have been in the description, like, or when you bought it, maybe. I'm not sure.
maybe, but still it's a bit weird.
Oh, it's weird, but like.
So I mean, I appreciate that they attempted to do something different, but I don't think it should have been this. Is my basic my basic point about it. You know?
You know, I get you. Bitch. Bitch.
Okay, now you kind of locked in.
I did. Yeah, I know. It's great. Oh, good.
Okay, you've kind of emptied it out a bit.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good.
That was good. You got a 2 chain there. So that was my point anyway with this book. So that's why I went and grabbed it, because I wanted to show Kathlynn, because it's just wild. And again, I get that we're trying to be creative.
Tetris!
And I can commend that, you know, but like,
Yes.
I think there's better ways to do that, you know.
They could have probably in the description of ordering. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but anyway. So, that's the kind of thing. Now, I don't know, actually, just going back to the Year 24 group, like, I don't know if you've read or even heard of some of these other ones that were very notable.
Name some.
Tetera.
Heard of it, but I don't know what it's about or anything.
It's about going and meeting up with Terra from Kingdom Hearts. No, it's not.
I was going to look at you like, I doubt that, because...
It's from the 70s.
Yeah, I was looking at you for a second. I was like, what are you on if you think I was going to fall for that, Owen?
I just want to see your reaction. I knew you were going to take it. I was just making a joke. But another one is Heart of Thomas.
Oh, I definitely heard of Heart of Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Which from the same author, They Were 11.
Oh.
I think that's just come out recently in English. There's a very famous, like, yaoi one. From Eroica with Love.
don't know if I know. Oh my god.
It's like a spy one, but one of the people he works with is like a cross-dressing lord.
I kind of fucked this up. I'm just gonna.
And obviously there's a lot of romantic tension between them. You know?
Was there
Cross-dressing lord. Nice.
But Claudine is another famous one.
Don't think I know that one.
Andromeda Stories is probably a lesser known one from them. But it is in English, so it can't be that lesser known. You know? The Poe clan. Yeah, so they made a lot of very important works, and they were a big part of what shifted critical respect for shoujo. Because, like, there was a good article I read one time where it was talking about the opinion people had on shoujo at the time. And basically at the time, shoujo was seen as like a lesser form of manga. It was like it was like seen as trashy, low in artistic merit. It was mostly written by men for younger women.
I don't know. Okay, go on. Go on, yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And then the Year 24 group showed up, and they introduced so much like of the techniques that we come to know of shoujo today. Like the sparkles in their
the sparkles, yeah.
The flowery backgrounds. You know?
I always enjoyed a good flowery background.
Mm-hmm. The focus on sexuality in it, you know? Whether that be straight sexuality or like homosexual sexuality. What was another thing that they focused on? Another technique. Oh, the lack of borders between certain panels, where like panels seem to flow into each other.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a very shoujo thing, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Oh yeah, where they kind of like connect. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I get that.
So it's like they introduced so much to shoujo manga, and it was seen as like elevating shoujo manga from being what it was seen as this pulpy trash to like something that was critically a darling. You know?
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm listening.
And it was all down to these women. They did remarkable work. They made some genuine classics. Now they've also made some other weirder ones. Like, actually, so what was weird is that one of the Year 24 group actually released a manga in like the 2010s, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, like 40 years later, she released a new manga. And it was weird because it's a manga called Little Leo. I might have mentioned it.
I think you have. I recognize that name.
Oddly enough, if you go onto Amazon and go to Little Leo, my review of it on UK Anime Network is on there.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. They were just happy enough that someone was talking about it, I think. Because apparently recently they said that it didn't do very well for them. So I think at that point they just wanted any attention they could for it.
Right. You didn't, from what I remember, you didn't really like it, did you?
Well, I gave it a 7. That's pretty good, I think.
Swap this out. Oh.
Out of 10, like.
Okay.
So I still think that's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it doesn't compare to their like to this person's like older work in terms of like the themes and stuff. But I also don't think it was meant to, because so the premise of Little Leo was you have this cat called Leo, and this cat is living with someone, and this woman, she, you know, he's her pet for most intents and purposes.
Yeah.
But also seems to be kind of like her son.
I get that.
Not like, you know, blood related.
Oh no,
son,
but people do think their pets are their children.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, and this was something I was talking about, the world building in the because like I don't think you're meant to think about it
like,
this deeply.
Joe, sometimes my sister's dog actually does like to wear dog clothing sometimes. I know some people do frown upon that, and I get it. It's a Shih Tzu. My sister's dog's a little Shih Tzu, but she actually does. She likes wearing them. They keep her warm. She actually likes them.
Does she not have much fur?
No, Shih Tzus do. It's just there's smaller dogs sometimes I think like the stuff like clothing a bit more than like big dogs. Because a lot of time people would consider smaller dogs like children.
What I will say, folks, actually, just before we go on with this, I don't know much about the dogs and their attitudes to clothing. For cats, the one thing you should never
Never
do,
put clothing on cats.
well, never cover their claws with like gloves or something.
Oh God, no. That's like literally inhumane.
They need their claws to do things.
Yes, that is inhumane. Also, if anyone declaws their cats, are monsters.
Sorry for anyone who's watching this and may have declawed their cat. But
No, unless it's a medical reason that for some reason your cat's claws were very infected and there was no choice but to declaw them or some shite.
is that a thing?
I don't know.
You're trying to cover your bases.
I'm going to cover my bases to maybe of certain reasons of why someone would do it if there was like a legit reason.
But otherwise, they need them.
Yes.
It's also why you don't take venom out of a snake.
Yeah,
Because they need it.
A legit reason is not because you didn't want your cat to scratch up your couch. No, that is not a reason. But I did say to my boyfriend and me in the future would like to get a dog because he's never had any because his family just never actually had any pets. Oh, I'm fucked.
I was about to say, she was getting chains like crazy.
Yeah. They've never had a pet, so it's something he really wants. And I was like, he wants a big dog, and I'm kind of want more of a small dog because I had a big dog when I was younger. But
So how about you compromise and have a medium dog?
yeah, but I was like, I actually do like if my sister's dog Boo wears clothing. Sometimes she looks really cute. It's like, it's not like dresses or anything. It's like they're just kind of cute looking. And they're kind of like jumpery things, and she looks really cute. And I did say to him, I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind if we were a small dog, and if they liked wearing the clothing, because I know if they didn't, you wouldn't. But like my sister's dog actually does like it. And then if the dog didn't like it, I wouldn't force the dog to wear like clothing if they didn't like it. And I was like, I was like, I would like it if our future dog, if they liked it, could wear the cute clothing sometimes. And my boyfriend's reaction was like, we're not dressing our child up in clothing and torturing them like that. And so people do, like, he's even acknowledged that if we did have a dog
there's
together,
certain ones like
it would be like our child.
I think there are like legit times where like you could give a dog a jacket and it'd be fine, right?
Yeah, like, if a dog you want, it has to fit properly. I would admit that it has to fit properly.
How many chains does she just get though?
Like, Boo likes wearing them. It's like she wears jumpers, they look kind of cute. Like, she just generally enjoys it. But I will admit, not all dogs do.
Here's something I want to emphasize though, because this isn't a situation in Little Leo where it's like that.
Okay.
It's literally a case where it's like it's almost as if he's both a cat and a human at the same time.
Okay.
So to try to emphasize what I mean, so you have chapters where it's like he won't use the litter tray.
Okay.
And you know, that's a very cat-like chapter. Right?
Yeah, I would say that. Sometimes...
But...
I don't know, I feel like cats would use litter trays all the time if they...
But... then, so like the very first chapter is actually him getting... He likes
Why did I do this? Oh god, okay, never mind.
He likes to hang out with this kid, you see. And the kid's starting school, and he doesn't want to be away from the kid, so he wants to start school too. And he actually attends a class and is like sitting at like the desk with the other kids.
That's kind of interesting.
Oh, but here's where it gets real juicy though. So keep in mind that, you know, on occasions they seem to treat him like a human, on occasions they seem to treat him like a cat. There is a chapter where he, you know, it's like so your one's like you know, you're getting older, cat. You probably need to start looking for, you know, a wife. And so she sets up this like a marriage not counseling. It's like a meetup thing. I don't know if they do it in the West, but in Japan it's like, you know, they have a it's like they're putting these two people together and they're seeing if they can like
yeah, I know what you mean.
Get married.
Oh shit.
I can't remember the exact term for it. Now, when I was reading that, I fully thought that, you know, we'd see cats lined up here as potential mates.
It was humans?
It was human women. And there was even a bit where one of the women was talking like, if we have kids.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, what is this world? What is this world?
Do you think of like, maybe it's like Brian from Family Guy, where he's like a dog that happens to fuck all the women, but also sometimes also fucks other dogs.
It's something like, usually I don't like to talk much about Family Guy, but in this situation it might actually be appropriate because it is a case where it's like, it's almost like the world can't decide, is he a dog or a human?
Yeah, I always felt like that was what that was like for Family Guy. It's like, is Brian a dog or is he human? It was kind of interesting, you know?
A little inconsistent at points.
Now, most of the time, Brian did sleep with human girls.
That's, when you think about it, that's kind of messed up.
I guess. But yeah, it was most of the time Brian was sleeping with human girls. And I remember one episode is like, he really likes this blind girl, but she really hates dogs, so he pretends to
be a human.
And like, because she's blind, I remember she said her dream was to go to Paris, so he like fakes bringing them to Paris because she can't see.
Wow, that's...
Go gaslighting on like a whole new level. It was such a weird... At the end, of course, she finds out he's a dog, and she's like, what the hell, Brian? You're a dog? And he's like, yeah.
But also, that's the thing. Okay. I'm gonna do something very crazy, folks. I don't often talk about Family Guy. I don't often ask questions.
Because you don't like Family Guy.
But I do actually have a question about this.
Yes.
Are there other animals in the world that can talk like him?
Yes, actually, when he sleeps with other dogs, they also talk.
But do they only talk to him, or do they talk to humans as well?
Only him, I actually think, yeah.
So for all we know, they could just be barking dogs for like...
Yeah, I actually don't know. Because no, the whole point is, I think... Yeah. Because I know Brian is also the only one that's supposed to be able to understand Stewie speaking.
Yeah, I got that.
Which is kind of inconsistent, because there has been times in more recent episodes where it seems like other people can understand Stewie in the family, so I think it also depends what the plot is. But most of the time, it is supposed to just be Brian.
Jesus.
I'm totally fucked.
She got a 3 swap combo.
I'll just let her win.
But yeah, so that's something I didn't quite like. So okay,
I don't know.
Actually, here's a story. I wanna tell a story here. Have I ever told you about my experience with Family Guy?
You said you didn't find it funny and stuff.
Yes, but do you know how I even like came across it, or like watched it, or how much of it I've watched? Because like, for instance, how much of it have I watched to make that decision that I didn't like it?
You probably watched, knowing you probably watched at least 1 or 2 seasons.
So,
because that's my guess. Am I right?
You're right. So, do you remember I was telling you before about when I was in secondary school that I would watch, because in secondary school I was in that kind of moment of like, I want to watch animation, but a lot of people are like, it's for kids. And I didn't know about anime yet, really. Well, I mean, I knew... I'd watched anime without knowing it was anime.
Yeah, that was actually a big thing for me as well when I was younger. I watched anime without knowing it was anime as well.
Yeah, so...
I say a lot of us did.
My instinct... Well, yeah, definitely if it comes to like Pokemon or Digimon or something.
Yeah, and Sailor Moon. I watched Sailor Moon as a kid, and I watched Shaman King and Metabots.
Oh my god.
And Beyblade.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Because I got all those purples.
So I at that point started watching what was seen as like adult animation. I mean, I'd seen like Simpsons before that, you know, and stuff like that. But like, I had this little notebook, and I would review it, review the episodes I saw. I'd say what I liked or disliked about them, and give it a score, which is essentially me reviewing them. And one of the first ones I went to was Family Guy, because a lot of the guys at my school, it was an all-boys school, really liked Family Guy.
Yeah. I will admit, I say they did.
And so I was like, okay, I'll look at Family Guy and see what I think about it. Family Guy, okay. First off, here's a question for you.
Oh, why did I not switch that?
Have you ever seen the original, like, pitch version of Family Guy?
No, but I do know they changed the voice actors of Meg.
Is this... No, wait. So, when we talk about this, are we talking about the pilot that was given to Fox, or are we talking about, like...
Oh.
The one that was even before that?
the pilot given to Fox are we not talking about?
I'm talking about the one where it opens up with so it's not Peter, it's Larry.
Oh no, I don't know this one. I didn't even know that was it.
And it opens up with a live action sequence of Seth MacFarlane like dressed up all fancy on a couch. Not a couch, like one of those fancy chairs.
Oh, fuck, I fucked up.
So you don't know that one?
No.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I just wanted to know if you knew that one. Okay, so let's go back to Family Guy then. So, I watched the first 2 seasons. That's what I watched of Family Guy.
Okay, so I was right. 2 seasons. I said about 2 seasons you would have watched.
Yeah, and
Because sometimes the first season of some adult animations could be a bit rocky.
yes, that is very true. And there is... I don't know if you remember much about those first 2 seasons. There is a shift in comedy style from Family Guy, from season 1 to season 2 and then onwards.
Joe, I can't remember.
So originally they weren't so heavy on the cutaway gags.
Oh, they do. Oh, I got 2 shit ones. I should have just kept whatever. Oh, there we go.
And you know, certain jokes from that era I can commend, like the bit where, what was it, Peter in the first season, he is having cereal and it's like he's like, oh, it's like alphabet soup. It says ooh, and then Brian goes, those are Cheerios. You know, like that's a funny gag.
I lost them.
You know, but the focus on cutaway gag as well as shock humor. Now, I'm not opposed to shock humor. In fact, I like black comedy. I like comedy that's very dark in humor. In
Yes, I like black comedy.
But there's a difference between that and shock value for the sake of it. And I feel like Family Guy often crosses that line of where it just wants to shock you.
I guess. Oh, actually, you definitely don't know this episode, but it's like,
She just got a perfect clear on Tetris.
oh my god, I totally fucked
That's
up.
so hard to do.
Yeah, that was my terrible bad luck.
Also, she didn't have that many points, so that must have been the only major thing she really did.
As I say, yeah, 'cause she wasn't really. That was what got me. But there was an episode in Family Guy. I don't know what season it is in, but basically Lois is complaining that her and Peter's time
You mean sex time?
Yes, isn't as fun or something, that she doesn't feel like Peter
She's not satisfied with that.
basically, and that she thinks that he wants to be satisfied. So they go to a therapist, as you know, which yeah, you would do that as an adult.
There's a similar thing with The Simpsons, but it's less
Okay.
sexual. But
No, they just go, and basically the therapist like hypnotizes Peter with a word, and when he hears it, he will go down on Lois. And
Can we define down here?
he'll eat her out.
Yeah, so I thought that's what you meant. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, go down on her.
So we're actually talking about cunnilingus here.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But no, I'm just saying, because that is what it is. Sorry, I felt like there was no other way for me to explain it without saying exactly what it is.
I think it's fine to use the word cunnilingus myself.
Alright, but basically, well, not a word. It's so basically, if he hears it's something like it goes like, oh yeah, from like the evening o'clock news or something.
Oh yeah, as in like the guy, the guy who burst through the wall.
Kind of. It sounds like it's like something that it's a sound from a late night news in their area.
Can I say that sounds like a very bad word to have for that kind of thing?
No, it wasn't a word. It's just when he says it in that voice. So it's that when it's like, so when the news starts, they kind of would know, kind of, if they hear it, if they're around at that time, right?
Okay.
So they go and have dinner at Lois's rich parents' house, as you do. Her mother is sick in bed, and at one point through the night, her father is like, asks Peter, could he drop up some food
I think I might know where this
to
is
the
going.
to the mother. So Peter does, and then Lois realizes the time, and no, Lois doesn't know it, but her mother has the news on, because the TV on, and she's like, oh, what's mom doing up, like,
I wonder
and the
where this
dad
could
was
be
like,
leading to.
oh, she's doing her favorite thing, she's going to, oh, the news is starting, and she's going to watch, she's like, what time, and she notices the time, and she freaks out, and she runs upstairs, but it's too late. Peter ate out her mother. That really made me go, oh, interesting. I was like, not that impressed with that one, but at the same time, I was like,
Well,
it's
here's
not
the
the
thing.
worst thing they done.
One thing I will say about that is at least there's build up to it.
Oh, yeah, it was like there was.
It didn't come out of nowhere.
Oh, no, it did not come out of nowhere, but... And then her mother looks very satisfied.
Oh god. Okay, maybe that bit is a bit.
Yeah, so clearly the mother was also dissatisfied with Lois's father. Was my train of thought.
Wow.
But kidding. But like, yeah, so it was interesting.
You got a 3-chain there.
Oh, nice. Very proud of myself.
Although it doesn't sound like it was intentional.
No, I don't know what I'm doing half the time in this.
They just made a really bad move there. I mean, I know, like, in the short term it was a good move. Oh, okay, well, maybe they can fix it now.
Oh, fuck, what am I doing?
Oh, they're gonna get a combo here.
Oh, wait, no, haha, I saved it by...
It was a swap combo.
It was a... Yeah, but I'm removing...
Oh my god!
What?
They got a 5-chain! Caitlin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I lost.
They got a 5-chain!
I don't like her. Well, I do like her, but like, god damn it.